Hello everyone, my name is Beth Lampa. I am a registered behavior technician at the Wellness Center in the Cayman Islands. This presentation is about the phases of school shadowing. What is school shadowing? So in this presentation, I will give you a brief introduction on what school shadowing is, differentiate school shadow from classroom aid. I will also discuss about the role of the school shadow and finally about the phases of school shadowing. Some children receive both one-on-one out of school as well as school shadowing support. Children with special needs benefit from having an inclusive mainstream education to aid in their development and growth. School shadowing also aims to help the child assimilate into the school environment while achieving both academic and social independence. Shadowing the child at school can help him or her develop appropriate behaviors in school, strengthen academic ability, and build up social interaction skill among peers. But sometimes, placing a child with autism in an inclusive environment without support can lead to challenges. Some children with autism may face the problem of poor concentration, some may not able to comply to the school teachers. In taking care of the whole class, the school teachers may not be able to individually focus on the needs of the children, especially the children with special needs. In addition to that, there are some social problems that children with autism are facing in school, such as failing to respond to others, problems in communicating and building friendship with classmates. This is where a school shadow will assist the child in assimilating into mainstream schooling. But before the school shadow enters the classroom, the school shadow must understand the role in the classroom. The school shadow must also understand what the key expectations are and works effectively alongside the teacher. The school shadow is able to promote positive attitude to learning and promotes positive behavior. So as to not confuse each role from another, I will try to differentiate a classroom aide from a school shadow. A classroom aide generally hired, employed, and paid by the school or school district, whereas a school shadow may be hired by the school, directly hired by the child's family, or employed by an ABA agency where the child receives services. A classroom aide, generally trained by the school or school district, or may not have any training in ABA. A school shadow may be trained by the school or school district or trained by the ABA agency as part of their employment as an ABA therapist on our RBP. Classroom aide typically is an assistant to the teacher and helps all the children in the class. In addition, a classroom aide generally assists with clerical work, running small groups, and making materials and developing assignments. A school shadow is assigned to one specific student and assists that student the entire time. A school shadow facilitates the student's success in the classroom, facilitates social interactions, manages challenging behaviors, and modifies classroom work specific for the child they are assigned to. In addition to that, a classroom aide assists the teacher with instructional work by assisting all students with assigned tasks. A school shadow will interact with or assist other students as it pertains to the needs or focus on their assigned child to ensure that the child's participation, independence, and success. A classroom aide may leave the classroom to run errands to other parts of the school or spend time developing assignment in a teacher work group. A school shadow work with their child for nearly all parts of the day to implement teaching opportunities, and a shadow may be faded back but always within viewing distance or earshot of the child. And finally, a classroom aide generally assigned to a large group supervision during lunch, recess, and other free times. The school shadow provides one-on-one support to their child only to improve social skills and manage appropriate behavior. So in summary, the role of the school shadowers are as follows. Prompts the child when necessary to respond appropriately in the school environment. The school shadow provides reinforcement for appropriate responding and behavior, facilitates educational and social opportunities. A school shadow also modifies lessons specific to the child's individualized needs, predicts situations that may be difficult for the child, and helps adjust those accordingly. And the school shadows assist to promote independence. In all situations, the shadow should be able to get assistance from the BCBA supervisor to get more in-depth instruction as to how to best meet the child's individual's needs. Now let's move on to the phases of school shadowing. So for phase one, it is prompt and reinforced responses. Phase two, reinforced responses. For phase three, reinforce independence. And for phase four, faith and observe. Phase one aims for 20% independence. In phase one, the school shadow prompts the child to participate in classroom activities, redirect inappropriate behaviors, and engage in parallel play. Generally, in this phase, the school shadow will provide prompts 80% if needed in all given opportunities throughout the day. Previously learned skills will likely be independent in this environment. Phase 1 is generally the most difficult, and this is likely due to the transition from being in home to being in a school environment. Prompting in this environment also needs to consider what is overstepping the teacher's boundaries and not being disruptive to the rest of the class. There will likely be more physical prompting during this phase. In phase 2, we aim for 50% independence. Reinforce interactive play, so the school shadow should become a friend with peers. Target appropriate classroom behavior, so that includes following group instructions. Prompting in this phase will be more verbal and imitative both of shadow and through observation of others, maybe less physical. In addition, every other action, response, or behavior should be independent, and the shadow must navigate carefully to ensure that they are only stepping in where needed. Phase 3, aim for 75% independence. The school shadow is encouraging independent classroom behavior, feeding back on all levels of instruction. The school shadow is also directing the child to pay attention to the teacher and teaching basic self-regulation. In this phase, it is also important to target language expansion and increase social interaction and play interaction, and promoting child's academic skills. Prompting in this phase are likely going to be visual or textual. Make prompts more subtle and more discreet. In addition, group instruction can be used, instructing the whole class and not just singling the student out, even though the prompt is intended for the student. And finally, for phase 4, aims for 90% independence. So in this phase, considering an unknown shadow at this point and requiring independence in the classroom, the school shadow will be working with the teacher and asking the teacher to take over the stimulus control. The student also in this phase should be redirected to the teacher for questions or help, and only step in only when necessary. Prompting only when necessary and immediately pull back. So in this phase, you can assess the child's abilities. Can the child do it on their own, or where exactly the help is needed, or what else can we do to help this child to be successful. Having a school shadow is an effective way to ensure the child will get the support they need to successfully participate in the classroom and have positive social interactions with others. So there you have it, the four phases of school shadowing. Again, for phase one, prompt and reinforced responses. Phase two, reinforced responses. Phase three, reinforced independence. And phase four, faith and observe. That's the end of my presentation. But before I say goodbye, I would like to encourage everyone to visit our website, wellnesscenter.ky, to gain more information about our services and our schedule a free consultation. Again, thank you and have a wonderful day.